Hello everybody! Hope you've been having a good weekend so far, or a good start of your week. I hope everybody's been doing well. Hi Comb Stranger, hi Simon, hi King. Why is chat not appearing? Sometimes it takes a minute. Well, let's hope that fixes itself. It was working earlier. But yes, I hope everybody's been doing well. We haven't seen, we have official Limbus plushies now. Very exciting. Ah, there we go. Thank you Coolside for summoning the chat. Hi Pills, welcome. I know I owe you a reply on a question you asked me my favorite characters in Dream of the Red Chamber, and I had to sit on it because I couldn't decide. But yes, I hope everybody's been doing well. I got some questions actually about Refraction Railway, so I thought I'd talk about this run and just some of the strategies I used, just the teams. That's helpful. Take a look at this one. Right, these buttons. I always want to click on these ones. Not really. I'm happy with like 1 and 3. Section 2 actually went quite poorly. Hello, Showstopper. Welcome. Section 2 went very poorly, but we'll talk about that. But it was still fine, so I went with it. But yes, I used Bleed, Section 1. Sort of Poise, Section 2. They had Faust, which didn't end up being a great idea. We'll talk about that. And of course, Bleed, Section 3. And I don't remember... I was experimenting a bit, so I don't 100% remember like which ego I used when, but we'll try and go through it. And I think, yeah, I can show off the buffs, because I think that's useful too. So I did watch like a whole bunch of other people's runs. I can't really claim any strategy in particular. I think the record now is still like 26. I haven't seen anything below that. And that one uses a whole bunch of sacrifices, which I won't be able to do. I don't even have all the tools for it. We can't talk about this. So Section 1, Wave 1, I guess, Hurting Teddy Bear. I used the Superbia into Overclock Contempt Awe strategy, which... Oh, hi LK-san, welcome. Which you take Ryoshu, and yes, you Overclock Contempt Awe, and she'll use that first turn. And then the second turn she should Corrode. So she'll use it again, and then you hope it's aiming for the teddy bear. And that will build up a whole bunch of bleed. And then you can then probably take it out by on the third turn, preferably if you have an Ishmael. Using her skill 3. Hopefully she's a little slow on this. You can build up a bit more bleed. Yeah, so for that first section, it's pretty straightforward. You just want to... Oh yeah, by the way, use Ring, Don Quixote, Ryoshu, Heathcliff, Ishmael, Rhodia. That was this team. Section 1. And the same for Section 3, Pretty Mate. Hi David, welcome. So if you do it, so that should... The thing is, you probably don't need to use an Empowered Skill 3 from Dawn. She should get one by turn 3. So you can... It's probably better to save that for like Wave 2. Rose Hunter. So it's pretty... It might take some... You need like the right skills. The main thing, if you're playing with Bleed, just 100% is know how to build your count. Is the best advice I can give. Because you're gonna, when you're using the Bleed team, that's sort of your main strategy for a lot of things. And then I just took Affliction, Refraction. Section 2 is Rose Hunter, which I can't give like exact advice. It's one of those fights where it's just like hit them hard. You should have a empowered skill 3 from Dawn, which will do pretty much get you started, but just work on keeping the bleed up. And you should be able to do it in like 3 to 4 turns if you just hit them hard. And the thing you should save is Rhodia's empowered skill 3 if you can, because that's useful for wave 3. Then refracted bleed. This is real. Like, if you're playing bleed, probably one of the most important things you can take. Being able to kickstart your account like this is incredible, particularly for the trio fight. So that's the Pekatula, which is coming up, and later Blood Fiend trio later. So important. And the trial it gives you, Blossom Blood, you can basically mitigate with another buff you can take later. So important. So in Rose Hunter, then we get to the Pekatulan trio. I've seen people do this without ego actually, but I started off with like a Yearning Rakala. Again, I would say like the number one thing you want to focus on is definitely is keeping the bleed up on everybody, but particularly for the Sloth. That's like the main way you're gonna do damage. Does the player with the lowest number of turns in the world get a reward? Or are they just forced to defend their title against usurpers till the end of eternity? Pretty much that. I mean, this game mode disappears and gets replaced by a new one, like, every season. But yeah, they basically have to fight for it, and they have to keep an eye on the meta in case a new character comes out and makes things tougher. And like, maybe hope. Why never changes. And maybe hope that people notice their runs. There's no like leaderboard, so it's sort of up to there could be like lower turn counts even that nobody knows about. Yeah, so for the Pekatulan trio, really keep the bleed up on the Sloth. I think I did use Yearning Merkala and then Rhodia's empowered skill 3. I think with this team, the Wrath one goes down pretty easy, but so you don't have to be as careful about the bleed. I'm trying to remember. Can't remember. I might have used another Contempt on Awe here, but the important thing is like Ishmael's skill 3 can really help with the Sloth one. Hi Daniel, welcome. Maybe Heath also has, like, you can, and then of course also Dawn's empowered skill 3 just gonna be your best friend if you're using her. It's incredible. So yeah, like, main point, build bleed. You can do this in like, I've seen people even do it like 2 turns. I can't remember exactly what mine was, but maybe like, I think I might have done this in 3. It's one I don't think I could do consistently. It just depends on like skills and speed a little bit. And then section 4, what do you call it? Sleeping Bag of the Bygone Days. That's another one where I don't have like specific advice, because it's just like hit it hard. I think it has that, yeah, it starts out with the body. You just focus on the body, build up bleed, hit it hard, and hope it dies. It has a turn where I think the head starts using unbreakable coins. I would just ignore those if you can. Oh yeah, and then the other 2 buffs I took for them was, I decided I wanted to use Poise for wave 2, and I think, even if you're, why is it Gloom? Wouldn't that be Pride? Pretty much every team, if you have this combo, can make use of it. So I feel like this is a good general one anyway. I use those. That's section 1. Section 2 is the for me, I think is the hardest, or at least the ones that take the most resets. I think or not, the other one. Not Durfreischütz. It's pretty straightforward. There's 2 sort of teams you can use. There's syncing, because this guy is weak to Pride and Gloom. So you can use Sinking or you can use Poise. Or I guess you can use others. Sinking, I did Sinking my first few runs, but it tends to want Ego to get that big burst of damage early on. So I wanted to try Poise here. And I had some good luck with using Utter Blossom Star Faust. But because this run went faster than the other one I did, and I wanted to be able to use Fluid Sac, she did not actually work out very well because her using Fluid Sac like set her behind on bringing up the self-burn, and then she would not roll her skill 3, so she was kind of like dead weight here. Section 1 you can do in 2 turns. It's just ego spam. Heath has binds, which is huge. I've seen people have a lot of luck with Fell Bullet on Isang, but I don't have it, and neither did any of my supports that were using Pequod Isang, so I went without it. But if I were to do it again, I'd probably grab it. I will get him probably next week when I could finally spend all my tickets and stuff. I've just been holding off. But yeah, so I think this was, but because you have so much poise immediately, Isang is amazing with that skill 2. The other skills aren't great, unfortunately. Not a great skill 3 even. Clash okay, but it's not do that much damage. But we'll do a ton with skill 2, so that makes him very useful. Ryoshu has like, you're pretty much getting an AoE with her quickly, and I wanted to use Thoracalgia. Claim Bones is amazing. I use that in section 2, and it can just like wipe out everyone that it hits. Honglu and Heathcliff. Yeah, those are who I used. I did like the 2 turns, which I think is like Fluid Sac and Binds. If they hit heads, I might have used Thoracalgia then. I can't quite remember. You can get 2 turns from that with section 1. Section 2 again is just like you have to be really aggressive. But actually, it's pretty much using the big AoE every turn. This is my like least favorite section for actually playing, because it's a pain. And my problem was I actually did for this run. I did like the 2 turns. I don't remember section. It might have been like 3 or 4 turns, which I was happy with. And then for wave 3, nobody would roll their skill 3s. Or not just that. I was looking at like 2 rows of just skill 1s. Because what you really want is to use Heathcliff's Empowered Skill 3. That will take a big chunk of his HP, engage that stagger all that more quickly. But he wouldn't roll it. And Marcel wouldn't roll Claim Bones again either. It was miserable. I can't remember how, so it was probably like 4 or 5 turns, which is bad, but it was like, I'll just take it. 10 is still fine. And now we're back to, oh, I should show off buffs for section 2 again. Life or Death is scary, but we're going fast, we have to. So Bloody Banquet, also amazing. Because it basically mitigates loss in blood. And the healing is really nice. It does kind of help make up for this. The losing 25 max HP makes getting hit really scary, but it's kind of what you have to... You don't want to be getting hit anyway. And then Lone Gunman. Raise minimax speed values for the number 1 deployed identity by 1. The said unit loses skill 1 but gains a skill 3. This is given to Dawn, obviously, and she's amazing with it. Because her empowered skill 3 is so strong. Oh, I'm not sure if I missed it, but you use your Superbia. I used it to overclock Contempt Awe in section 1, wave 1. Because that will give you a lot of bleed very quickly. And get the passive up. And then section 3, So you're starting with Dulcinea. You can do this in 3 turns again. You just need to be focusing on bleed. You have to balance not just getting the bleed up, but also taking care of her minions. Because even if you get her staggered, she'll still have a whole bunch of protection. So it has to be a balance of both. Oh yeah, I think it's the same. I wanted to try out like overclock Thoracalgia to get rid of Sinclair. So I think I did that. A Contempt Awe at different times. Yearning Merkala, Contempt Awe, and also on the first turn. I'm trying to remember, did I on this one? Let me check if I still have my team. Let's check. Also, if you want to see Ego, this might be just regular stuff. Oh, Bullet. I might not have brought Wing Beat actually to the final one. The thing I would have changed is I should have uptied Yashin Yada because it is actually really great for this. I think this is probably what you'd expect. Really only Yearning Merkala was used here. Yeah, like this is not uptie 4. Oops, wrong thing, now we'll get explosions. So yeah, I think first turn I use Sanguine Desire just to make sure we're getting the bleed up on Dulcinea. And so yeah, basically you focus on that. If you can use Empowered Skill 3, that's fine, this first one. But every turn should be focused not just on building the bleed up and getting her to use it, but also trying to take out like maybe at least 6 of the minions total. That'll bring her protection down enough that you can probably do it in 3 turns, and of course Ishmael's skill 3 is amazing and the bleed gets built up. This is the buff I'm sort of like was always least sure about, but the like power roulette, but it worked out. Section 2 again is like the Envy Pecatulum. This should be, I think, the easiest one because one Dawn Yearning Merkala and Heathcliff Yashin Yada will pretty much rip through them. The actual problem I had on this run is that the Envy guys rolled really high speed and I couldn't really work with it. I actually went out and took out Isang and I was like, well, that's not good. But I decided to just roll with it, and then he was replaced by Otis. It actually worked out okay. It ended up being fine. I would have liked to have kept him because he's actually really nice for count and not just damage. So yeah, so for section 2, what you also want to make sure of if you want to do this in 2 turns is make sure you get the enemy Priest Gregor down to 1 HP that first turn, because he has that passive that lets him stay at 1 HP, lets him survive. So if you don't do it the first turn, you're stuck doing like an extra turn with him. So just do that, but I'd say it's like the easiest. Just Ego, they're pretty fragile. And hopefully they don't roll speed like they did before. Section 3 is Bloodfeed Trio. Again, Yearning Merkala is also Blade Lineage Sinclair over the Gloom passive damage up Sinclair. It was because I was sacrificing him using Thoracalcia. And he is at level 1 and has, I think, the Pride weakness? Does he have the Pride Pierce weakness? Yeah. Here's the Pierce. Pierce Pride weakness. Blood Fiend Trio. Oh yeah, but if I were to do this again, I would consider like swapping out Honglu for Ting Tang for that passive. Blood Fiend Trio again. It's with some of these battles, I don't know if I have like a distinct strategy. It's just working with what there is. But I would say, like with the Pekatulum, what you want to do is try not to let that early bleed expire. And you can use Sanguine Desire to help with that on one of them. I think that for that first, I probably had like Empowered Skill 3 on Rhodia and Otis by this point, which will really help. But just a lot of ego. Yearning Merkala, hopefully you'll get like an Empowered Skill 3 from Dawn as well, because that will do like 1,000 damage on one of them. If you can get bleed built up enough, Ishmael will at least do like several hundred with her skill 3. Of course, the other buffs I was taking at this point were Refracted Lust, Refracted Pierce. Of course, we're focusing on getting things ready for the final fight, and Dawn being the main one. This is why I really did want like Isang to still be alive. I think he would have been better than Otis, but Yasunyata getting more Pierce for agility is nice. And then the Rose is another one that's just like, you just hit it with whatever you can. Dawn's Empowered Skill 3 will do like over 1,000 damage at this point, but her Yearning Merkala will also do quite a bit, so I was basically like swapping between the two with what I had. Otis was throwing on Pierce Fragility, trying to keep the bleed up, even if it's less effective because of its passive. I mean, even if you're just getting it to 50, that's still, like, if it uses at least 50 your damage per coin, it builds up really fast. I think this one probably was like 4 turns maybe? Let's see, 3, 2, 3. Okay, no, it probably was closer. Probably was more than that. But that's the sort of main overview. There's still things... I'm happy with this. There's still things I think I could have done better, particularly Section 2, and I think passives could have been messed around with. But Dawn MVP. I hope that maybe gave out a few strategies. I would, but particularly Section 2 coming back with Fell Bullet would be nice. And I think I probably would still try the Poise strategy just to save a bit of ego resources. But we'll see. And who knows, maybe everything will be shook up by the new IDs. Okay. So maybe that helped a little bit, and if I wasn't clear enough with something, please feel free to ask me questions about that. Now let's do our actual... Let me have a sip of tea. So I'm here. Just thinking about if the... So the first run I did, I was talking about this during Yu-Gi-Oh! I immediately jumped in to do a sinking run with Spice Push, and then none of it counted. So since that I don't think has been fixed yet, we won't be doing sinking. It's not the most interesting. We might not go all the way to floor 10, but this one, still have to do. I always lose count. I think we might actually do the burn run today, because it does require a bit more RNG if you want to do it like successfully. I don't know if have I gotten the... I wish we could search. I wish there was better search for this. There's the burn egg from one of the Refraction Railway floors that we could grab. Yeah, so we need this. The difficulty with burn is... I got a guide up. Where is it? So there's 15 standard gifts. But as you go to higher floors, you really are gonna want some of the fusions. And then just moving my phone slightly. So doing the main fusion will take 4 gifts out of that pool of 15, which means you really want to get all the other pack specific gifts. So that'll be like 1 from Hell's Chicken, 3 from LCB regular checkup, and then the 1 from Mirror Clock Orange Road. And then we ignore the other fusion. So that makes it tricky because like you're not really guaranteed some of these gifts. Like I was actually re-rolling to get, when the achievements first came out, I wanted to do a burn run. And I started the mirror dungeon 5 times and could not get Hell's Chicken to give me the drumstick. It's like, what is happening? And you don't need it, but it does make things a lot more straightforward, and getting the extra tier 3 as well is really nice. We're gonna try that, so I think what we're gonna start with... Not railway team, is this set up? Yes. And I don't have Greg yet. I really like to use him, but we're saving. I'm waiting to see what I get with the tickets first. Yeah, let's roll with this. Probably worth it here. We'll do these. Maybe we'll get Piece of Relationship or something. Yes, we could also like fuse in Hell's Chicken, but depends what we get beforehand. Hi Evie! Hi Evie, Limbus Company! Select. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to say, I haven't done the 10 slash gifts, so we'll also work on that. Let's see. I think... Oh, straight automated factory is a pain, but I think we'll go straight into there. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Excited, very excited for the new event. Very, very excited. Although I wish, with the trailer, I wish they didn't put so many filters over it. Because it's really hard to tell what's going on. I want to see the designs more cleanly. But what do people think? I might turn that down a little bit. How do people think the new units are gonna work? Because you can see Rupture like hit sparks, but I think Ryoshu also has the tremor burst sound at one point. And they have clashable counters in some sort of upgraded mode. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, Kit Reveal Day is always really excited for me. Slash mail returns. We'll take that. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to skip. There's a bug. There's like a... You have to be careful, there's like a music bug. Be careful with that. Remind me, don't press skip. But I seem to be safe there. I think one thing, when they first announced it, I was sort of unsure about this idea of there being less 2 stars, but in practice now, when I think that we'll probably get a more useful 3-star from an event than a 2-star, oh my god, you know, I think 2 stars have a really important place, but if they have a cool unit idea and they feel forced to like make it weak for the sake of making it a 2-star, I'd rather have more 3 stars, particularly for like event awards. I still think like Lantern Isang is fine as a 2-star. He has an interesting niche. Yeah, 2-star doesn't inherently need to. That should be the thing. I think they had some good stuff with like multi-crack Heathcliff. But I also understand they probably put almost as much work. Let's see. That's not bad early. First, it's you. Okay, we can find... What do you get? I'm gonna hold on for a moment. As we'll get a 3. Oh, we want you. Oh, we can also do a keyword refresh. Thought I grabbed that. Oh, clap hat. Ooh. We want slash stuff. Okay, what can I sell? We can hold off on Pain of Stifled Rage. I guess I could have grabbed Otis now, but that's okay.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
How many tracks I just don't hear because I don't play with noise on it. I'm just grinding. They're good. Hello, Zary. Welcome. Oh yeah, and what's interesting to me about the event trailers, it's like, it's so clearly a lot more. A bunch of tails. a lot more than just the sweepers. Seems like we're getting plenty of H-Corp lore. I really hope, I mean, I assume we will hope with like some sort of like little cameo or a name from somebody appearing in Canto 8. Oh, speaking of Canto 8, I finished Book 3 in Dream of the Red Chamber. Finished Book 3 and I'm actually like over 3/4 of Book 4. We're not skipping. Already? I've been really enjoying it. I thought I didn't hit skip there. Oh dear. Well, this is fine. Oh, bloody gadget. This is fine. Now the question is, hell's chicken? We can reset if it gets... Yes! Chicken's chicken! We won. We've won the run. This is a mysterious bug, it is true. You wordless. Oh, this is silly. Okay. I don't even consider myself that much of a fast reader, but the interesting thing, Book 4 has been, when it's shorter... Okay, I'll reset. I'll reset. I wasn't prepared. We need to hear Papa Bongyi's song in full glory. I mean, it is some sort of mood having these all together. That plus all the clashing cacophony. So yeah, Book 4, it is shorter and the writing's a little different, which I will get to in a second. We can have a little history lesson on Dream of the Red Chamber while I restart in a sec. This is nonsense. Super shop already. Okay. I'm gonna hide things for a moment. Okay, quick history lesson, I think, while I restart this. Okay, so the author of Dream of the Red Chamber or Story of the Stone, depending on which one you're reading, is Cao Zuiqin. And actually his identity was sort of mysterious for a little while. We didn't actually, even though his name is mentioned in the first chapter, he talks about himself. The trigger for the bug is pressing skip during the in-battle. Okay. I'm like, it's so instinctual for me to press that though. I can't do like what I did for other things when I'm not supposed to press buttons, which is get rid of the keyboard. That won't work. So the author is Cao Zuiqin, and originally the book wasn't published. Try just getting Mirror Dungeon back. And they should be back. Okay. And so it wasn't published like a regular novel then. It was sort of given out to family and friends in the form of manuscripts. And what's really interesting about that is the surviving manuscripts actually have commentary on them. Two of the famous commentators translated, their names would be Ob Tablet and Red Inkstone. And because these exist, we have a lot of sort of, not a lot, but we have some context into sort of the writing process and how things may have changed. Because there's some speculation that certain events, I'm gonna turn this down again. Certain events might have changed, possibly for censorship reasons. Like they didn't want to get in trouble with certain events. And I think there's one comment from Odd Tablet that requested something be changed because it was too sad. And unfortunately there's not a whole lot of like English resources for reading this commentary. I found some. It's really something I want to find more later on because there's a lot. I have a lot of questions about this whole process. Okay, let's find out. We'll take you. I will take you. And we're going to nice. Okay. And we can get one. Hi, cool dog. You gotta make friends with the redologist. I do. I wonder. I did send you some. Oh, thank you. Right. Sorry. Oh, I found some things. I need to look more. Thank you very much. This is not bad for now. Well, we have it. Is there anything running into life phlebotomy? Oh, I do want that. I don't really want to. Could. Six. Sure. Just about. Hold on, I'm just looking, keeping an eye on what we have. Let's bring Otis in for the minute. Well, we have Glimpse of Flame, so... Actually, let's reorder a bit. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff about the commentary here. But so how did this get published? Well, I don't super need to pay attention here, but because it's going down pretty quick anyway, but let's just do this. So it turns out, for all these published manuscripts, Cao Zuiqin passed away after chapter 80 was written, which is the end of book 3 for the version I'm reading. So the book was basically left unfinished. Now, what the story is that two people, Jung Wei-an, Happy Glimpse of Flames, Jung Wei-an and Gao are the two people that published the... Oh, nice. I'm multitasking here, just one sec. Defense level... We'll take it for the 3s. In case we want to go into Tremor. Now, how early can... Just one sec while I check this. How early... Okay, Mirror, Clock Orange Road, and LCB Railer check up on for a bit, so we can just see what we find here. Not sure. We got Glimpse and we got the main stuff we were looking for here. I'll let you know you're trying to get Slash and 15 burn gifts. Okay, going back to 120. So even though what we think is that, so part of the difficulty about talking about this is there's nothing is quite 100% confirmed, and even some of the... Oh, is this a replacement for the beginner's guide stream of the Red Chamber video you mentioned, or you really just want to talk about your new hyperfixation? A bit of both. No, it's not a replacement. It is. I just want to talk about it, and I think it's interesting. That's so loud! They exploded! So there's some like sort of contradictory information even among like the papers I've read. We know Cao Zuiqin died, and none of the sort of manuscripts we have access to go beyond... Or actually, that's not quite true. I think there was discovered another one. But at some point, a version published by these two people... Ow. Appeared. Chang Weiyuan and Gao. And this contained 120 chapters. And what according to the introduction, they said even though they didn't know the author, what Chang did was he searched around for manuscripts and managed to put together the rest of the story and then gave it to Gao to edit. Now, what this means is that the authenticity of these last 40 chapters is questioned. You'll see some people have very strong feelings about this. It was a little confusing when I first started because there's some people that absolutely believe that these last 40 chapters are fabrications. Oh, Airline God, thank you. In the mid-20th century, 120 chapter manuscript dating before 1791 was discovered. That seems to prove if someone else added the last 40 chapters, at least wasn't them who did. Thank you, thank you. I was trying to remember the exact... Which was that manuscript, because I don't see that one brought up in some of the papers I've read quite as much. What's interesting, the translation I'm reading by Hawks and Minford, they are quite strongly believe that he did just edit them. why I bring that up, not this their strong belief, the way they write their introductions, what I got from how they were phrasing things is they're trying to sort of rehabilitate the image of Gao. They talked a lot about his own merits, his own backstory, his own merits in writing, and why he was an appropriate person to edit these last 40 chapters. So I got the feeling just from reading that Gao is not being given a fair shake of things, and people are quite critical. Just the idea of him just trying to make money and trying to claim to be the writer of trying to make money off these last 40 chapters. So I did sort of notice when in the translation that I was reading, one thing that hasn't showed up before is the dialogue is written, occasionally it will drop into like script format rather than like prose. So some of the dialogue actually goes much faster because you're just reading the straight lines, but that does strike me as he's just putting together, he's trying to put together these different chunks. We're going too fast. And because there's this sort of questions about the ending, some of the other adaptations, for instance the television shows, and I think one of the operas actually make their own ending. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, and so one of the other reasons why the authenticity was questioned is because there's quite a lot of foreshadowing throughout the novels that doesn't sort of come to fruition in the ending that we have. And Hawks and Minford's, their introductions, they do quite a lot of like discussion about why that some of these manuscripts weren't necessarily finished, and their translations are really their introductions, and they have these appendices that talk about the choices that they made, because Broken Revolver, because there are contradictions, there are mistakes throughout the novels, so they're trying to put together their... Oh, that was Centipede. Oh, wow. I don't know why I was thinking that was Krabbies. It'll explode. Explode. Yeah, so sometimes like the maids, their names just... There's like maids that don't... There's a lot of maids, and sometimes they have names that just don't appear anywhere else. And so they were like looking at the different versions to try and be like, is this a mistake? Does the commentary explain this? Well, this should take out the 99 burn potency. Thank you for the extra context, Airline God. It's super, this whole question is super interesting to me. And like, I don't feel educated enough about it, but I was yesterday, I knew I wanted to talk about this, I was rereading some of the introductions. And it definitely, when I first read the introductions, I didn't quite absorb them. Now that I have the further context, I understand it a bit more. Oh. We'll take a level up. It's what before like Kanto 7 came out and I was reading Don Quixote, I learned that there was like a fake book Somebody wrote fan fiction. Oh, Carmilla. Thank you. Yeah. I don't think we need eclipse, honestly. Oh, we need that. I'm surprised we actually found that first. Let's enhance glimpse again. Let's sell a few things. Rather keep stuff for fusing, but 7, yeah. Now can I... Sure. Okay. Take... We'll roll with that. Okay. We don't really need Carmilla, but it's nice to get the early stagger in some of the later floors. How are you, Greg? Oh, easy. So I'll talk more in detail and I'll have actual notes on me when I do the introduction stream, but introduction to do the Red Chamber stream, but I really did just want to discuss some of this and just share it. Particularly how like scholarship has evolved over the years in Dream of the Red, or Redology, I guess. Just gonna explode. Are the last 40 chapters the equivalent of Faust? I don't know that much about the second Faust. More like the unofficial sequel to Don Quixote. I mean, they like directly continue. Yeah. Mainstream scholarly consensus is that someone else wrote the last 40 chapters of the book. Traditionally, it was thought the publishers did, but new discoveries seem to disprove that. Yeah, I forgot to add that for in the Hawken Minford's introduction, they do say it's the theory that like someone close to him wrote it and probably did have access to notes and possibly did have some of their own feelings about how things should have went. How things should have gone, I should say. Let's see. Like special contract, but we do need slash gifts. Oh, that's the Bokgak. Okay. Oh no, but we really want a prestige card. This can wait. Mountain of Corpses, Sea of Blood. Yeah, so it's like it's not a sequel, it just like continues on. Like chapter 81 just continues on from where chapter 80 left off. It's a continuation of the story that should not have like stopped. It has no ending at chapter 80. But maybe I guess there's still possibilities that we could find hidden manuscripts in different places. But also, it's... So, like... I was a bit melancholy finishing the third book, ending with chapter 80, because I'm not sure, I didn't really like the sort of ending that was there. I mean, the ending of what we know for sure is Sal's work. But it's not like... But moving on to chapter 81, it's not like a huge change in style. Everybody's in character, I would say. There's a bit less sort of detail in the writing. And as I said, some stuff just sort of goes into just dialogue, like a script format. On another note, let's say hypothetically you wanted to sort the Zelda games on your shelf. Would you put them under T for Legend or Zelda? Or L? I would do L. I mean, I guess if I was doing like archival stuff, it depends like what the house sets as the style. But stuff with the, or like, beginning with A, as in like A something, you would like leave those out and sort them by like legend. Although I guess Zelda also works. I guess it depends like how alphabetical you want to be. Take that again. Otis, who is very good for these checks.
무엇이든 맞출 수 있는 탄원이니 말입니다. 제가 앞에 서죠.
I'd rather have a conclusion made by someone close to the original author doing their best rather than just have it abruptly end 2/3 of the way through. Exactly. No, I agree. I think I would have been like really depressed. I had that feeling sort of when I finished Sacred and Terrible Air, which is the novel by like the main Disco Elysium writer. And cause Disco, I mean, one in this novel, it seems like it got usurped by Disco Elysium itself. But now with like the future of Disco being so complicated, and realizing that like there's so much that's set up with the ending of this book. There's so much that's being set up. There's like I think the inner flaps just contain tons of just words and character names, and some of them like show up in Disco. But realizing I might never see the end to it, it really, it hurt.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어. 이 경정 속에서 타올라라.
And there's sort of a compelling mystery about it all. That has been fun to research, even though, like, ultimately I'd love to fully know Sao's thoughts, but
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
I'm grateful that I've gotten to learn so much. Slash has been lost. The textual history of Chinese classics tends to end up being really fascinating. I wanna learn more. I'm excited. I mean, because after Dream we have Hell's Screen, which is quite short, like 30 pages or something. I'll have time to. I can use that time to go back and read. I will go back to Crime and Punishment, but I'm very curious about other Chinese classics now. I mean, I always was interested, but now having a little bit more of the vocabulary. I think by the end of this, I was like, I have no fear after reading these 3,000 pages. I can do anything. I gotta go back and do Moby Dick as well. That was the one that I was like, I can't handle this on top of school. Or anything. Anything. Well, I was thinking more in terms of like the Limbus books. I would like to read. I want to know when it comes to Ulysses. Oh, I will certainly take these. Let's refresh first. Fragment. The milepost isn't bad. Is anything? Very hungry caterpillar. Oh, the very hungry caterpillar. Oh, I love House of Leaves. Highly, highly recommend. Start getting ready for getting some poise. Not what I wanted. Or I guess I should actually get the other tier 4 burn. But it's not immediate. Can wait for another minute. We're doing fine. Oh, this is gonna be Heathcliff. Or no, Cassetti? Oh, Heathcliff. Did I pre-order Ishmael's Plunge? What do you think? I'm pretending she's already here. Oh, they're all so cute. I actually really like... I'm getting Dawn, Heathcliff, and Ishmael because I'm like, do not separate them. But... it's hard. And who knows, after reading, or as reading Dream of the Red Chamber, I'm so excited for the canto. I'm like, I'm very open to the fact that he could possibly rise quite a bit. But Faust has been tempting, but... Oh, did I finish stream? Not yet, but I'm getting there. I'm like... under 4/5? I'm like almost done the 4th book. Oh, it's so good. Excuse me, what I'm trying to do. I mean, I don't really have to do these, but it's gonna explode next turn anyway. Yeah, I assume like for every character who hasn't had their Kanto yet, I'm basically like they're gonna rise. It's been interesting also with the plushies. They're interesting because you can sort of gauge some of the characters' popularity. I mean, you have to remember we're looking at the subset of fans that are buying plushies. And like... oh, it's so good. I have a lot of thoughts about like what could be the final finale for... yeah, it's useful if we need to go into Tremor. Final power. So good though. Oh. We'll take Phantom Pain. Are we 4/5? It'd be nice to get this before things start getting... there it is. Okay. Let's get this over with so we can get Attached Embers. Downpour is nice if we can go into... getting some Tremor. I don't actually know what's in this one specifically. We'll take that. Special shop. You're right, I should have taken contract, but... take the level up.
실험 성공.
Thank you for the levels. You. Quite a few things. Hi, Smoky Meadows, welcome. Wait, I have it? Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Not enough penis stifled rage, that's what I was... spacing out a bit. Seeing what's here. You make me want to read House of Leaves again. I'll say this because I read an ebook version first, and don't do that. Do not do that. Because so much of House of Leaves is the formatting, and the ebook I had just didn't work. Like, you want to be like going back and forth to the footnotes and the appendix and moving things, holding things upside down. It just does not work that way. I keep most of these. I'm still doing fine. I want the scalpel. Paper does smell nicer. Okay, actually I have no idea who's gonna be in this pack. Okay,
이번에야말로
it's a start.
끝내주겠어.
순식간에 끝내줘.
Oh, damn, thank you. Have a lovely night. Oh, speaking of Honglu, I showed up, so I don't know if you already talked about, but what do you think about Honglu being potentially the heir to the wing? It makes sense. I never really considered it, but, like, I think it fits. It'd be nice to pick up, like, an eagle. That's because using Ego is going to be more important later. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I wanted to talk more about the trailer, but there's so much going on, and it's hard to sort of figure it out. New faction looks really cool that we're getting our identities from. We had some AoE from Sinclair, so let's... And I like that, I think, like, H-Court being the location of this canto was sort of foreshadowed in Leviathan. Not something I remembered or noticed. That's cool. Oh yeah, and the bunny tails, they're so cute. Yeah, they have the translations for all the text, and H-Core Garden of... Actually, I think I heard that it's like life engineering is more correct than bioengineering. But yeah, the garden is... There is a location called Prospect Garden or Grand View Garden or simply the garden that is very important in... Is this just gonna be the whole pack? In Dream of the Red Chamber. So that's very interesting. I would believe it. And I'm so curious how they're gonna play. I was thinking it. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I think our hints are it's rupture and tremor, but I was thinking about the idea of like non status related IDs. So I think there is a place for them. It's like the most important thing here is like that. That's fine. Like Zweigreg, Sancton. Like pretty much the most important thing in Limbus right now is like high clashing and damage. Although our like Mirror Dungeon is very focused on statuses now. It's like, I wouldn't hate just a good generalist idea and something you could sort of sit on every team, but we're so, with last few seasons in particular, have been very focused. And you really, on statuses, and a lot of statuses want to be filled with all the units, able to keep things like count up. Oh yeah, status teams also met in railways. I think just one. Last railway was more mixed for me. Was more like good units. And then Tremor for a few things. It was a mixed bag, but this railway is definitely status focused. Well, it's like statuses that can also work as generalists, I would say. Because like Rupture isn't great for like group fights. Hope your SP's okay, Sinclair. Now, hopefully this doesn't have a terrible trial attached to it. Hopefully it's not the coin power. Ooh. Oh, that's fine. Defense level, +4, clash power. Hey, we got you! I can also take you. Okay, I need to check what I'm actually... I haven't gotten that gift, I don't think. Check what I'm still looking for bleed-wise, but we do want... I'd rather do LCB. Oh, okay, we do want to do Yield My Flesh. For some more slash stuff. I mean, it's contract there. I kind of wish we could see from like here if we own the gift or not. There's a couple like quality of life things I would have quite liked. And Nikki said I want another Spike, right? I use him. I still use him. Actually, I was checking something in one of my older streams, and then I was just like looking at the teams I was using. Oh, I will take this. But can anybody... Can anybody pass it is the question. Oh! Thank you, Otis.
무엇이든 맞출 수 있는 탄원이니 말입니다.
Missing that one though.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요.
Ah. Always good.
저여 목구를 달궈볼까?
이번에야말로 이 싸움을
Okay, Sinclair's up
끝내주겠어.
in Reading.
단번에 끝낸다.
I think that, oh yeah, so I was looking at all my old streams. I think I was checking out the Hell's Chicken one. I was looking at what a mess our teams were.
화격검.
I think when I was doing like Canto 7, I was still sort of, I was using some generalists, because I was bringing like Ishmael just because I didn't know what I was facing. I think there's value even using her outside of Tremor, and there's other units I don't know aren't gonna do great outside of their archetype. That could be Jun, so we're not going there.
발목 잡지 않도록.
Not sure if it's well known, we complete the loadout achievements that require specific factions by other rest shops. That is good to know. I've done all my loadout ones already. I have mixed feelings about them. Like, I was quite excited because they're... need to pay attention to what we're actually doing. I like the challenge, even though like I didn't really use the TLA identities, I just had them. Well, I did a different one. But for the achievements, I do wish there were, for other players, you didn't have to do like every challenge to max out the achievements. So I do think that's quite tough for new players. And I think they give you like a little bit of leeway. Oh, I didn't hear him say the loud rotating IDs for MDs. That would help a lot. But well, they're not there right now.
이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
순식간에 끝내죠.
I feel like some of these they'll be easier in like a newer season. When we're not so close to the end of the season and we're a bit more, there's a bit more time pressure on doing like 50 MDs.
타올라라.
But it punishes people for not having the characters. If they were more optional, I think it's okay, but not, yeah, particularly the wild, all of like season 6's stuff are unavailable. They're not meant for new players. It's also like, but I can't justify sharding in Glimmer, so yeah, if I didn't have, like, I didn't shard the Echimeso, but there's enough leeway. I know I'm mixed for like they're not meant for new players, but I think new players are the ones that need like things like the thread more. So you should be able to at least get the rewards, even as a mid-tier player. It's when the stuff's like completely unavailable. I don't think it's reasonable for everything to be accessible, but partially I'm a bit ruined by playing other games, like Grand Blue Fantasy, where one of the fights, Fa-san has what's called the grid check, which he'll basically instantly kill you if you're not strong enough. You need to have built your team properly. 30k plain damage. And like I started Cookie Run and there was an event going on and I couldn't even play the event.
이번에야말로.
That one was frustrating. I could not play the event story because it was much too hard. And Cookie One's kind of the ones where it's like your level so much is tied to your power level, which just requires like a lot of sort of... You have to be pretty far into the game, I feel like, to get that, what I was stuck on. I definitely didn't like finish it for months, that one story. And I was frustrated by that. I actually very regularly got stuck in the story with Cookie Run. Okay. You like Gacha? Good question. Not really. I actually have like, oh wow. Look at this. I mean, this is not good for right now, but we'll be fine. What are we missing for... I mean, we're going into camp. I will take that. Well, an urn is nice even now. Now I want to take a quick look at where we're at for... Okay, that's 15, 16, 17. See, it does sort of depend what we get elsewhere. I would like... What are we actually, what are we for slash? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So need more. I forget actually what. I want to keep these just for the moment though. Keep them for another floor. Do I want to enhance anything here? There's the upgrade here. This is more Kurokuma oriented. I mean, obviously, but this. How does the power up here? Mortal damage. If the affected unit is burned, fix HP to 1 per attack. After attack, heal 30%. Once per counter. There's a lot of gacha where I actually just don't like the gameplay. Like, I didn't really enjoy Cookie Run, which is an auto battler effectively, but I love the art style, I love the character designs. I was curious about the story, which actually was surprisingly good. Maybe surprisingly isn't. But I really do like the characters in a strange but charming world. Everyone, in. We want to be a little careful because we're going to be hitting his sanity. And I do genuinely enjoy the art design and exploration in Genshin. I don't play it that much, but like when there's a new area, and I know there's a new area out, I'll come back to it and just have fun exploring for a while and drop it for a bit. Forgot you had a voice. Yeah, and people, I've been curious about Arknights, but the gameplay doesn't super appeal to me. I don't like starting gachas just because I know the time sink, and I don't enjoy the gacha process. It stresses me out too much. Offense level, that's fine. Oh, that's coin. Yeah, if we could get downpour, that would be nice. Now we're still looking... LCB checkup. Oh, Venom Vial. I did a Tremor run the other day. What a good gift. Where are they? Oh, definitely. Definitely want. We are gonna start having difficulty. There's a lot of... And I also just, like, strongly dislike the whole idea of gacha. I have very strong feelings about, like, incentivizing people to gamble, basically.
개체 유형 확인.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
It begins. Okay. But a few of us can still manage. Neutral. Here we go. Okay. I was just seeing. Ooh. Okay.
단번에 끝낸다.
I also respect that some gacha games do interesting things. I see. Oh, I forgot about Coin. Just getting it. Sometimes I see like the trailers for different Honkai Star Rail characters, and they do a lot of like they're well done videos. They play with art style and stuff. And I do think, like, Genshin has really impressive world design. And after playing Early Access Library of Ruina, when the announcement that Limbus was a gacha came out, like, I wasn't happy, but I felt... Okay. I did feel like... I think this is the right format. I do like... Just thinking... like live service storytelling. I loved Update Fridays, and I think this is sort of the right... And they seem to like it too. I still can't believe they want us to grind key pages in Ruina. There's some strange decisions. Bonk.
이래서 걱정만 끼치게 되는 꼴인데.
And I am against the... I don't love the 1 week delay.
최선을 다할게요.
I know it's like probably one of the like less egregious things they could do, but just how I feel. But then there's things like only having two, as we talked about, only having two currencies is really nice. Sharding is amazing. Bonk. Oh yeah, one thing I love about Limbus is that it doesn't take months to upgrade a new character. I can just do it in one day. Exactly. You can just... And like, if you're a new player, you're not you might not be able to like do up type 4 immediately, but you can just do it. And also you don't need copies, which is huge. It's still one thing that like burned me a lot when I was playing Fire Emblem Heroes.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Checking. Use that twice. We'll just go for it. Oh yeah, the Encephalon system is really nice. Yeah, in Fire Emblem Heroes, like, I spent a year, an actual year saving up for when Marianne came out. I was just waiting, and then I had like over like 1,500 orbs or something, and I managed to get 2 copies of her. And then I realized I couldn't like really use her in any of the main gameplay, which was the PvP stuff. Or not like PvP exactly, but Aether Raids. It's like this. Oh, you're paralyzed. Like, I don't like this. And then, of course, there's like the wild power creep going on with Fire Emblem Heroes. I think I watched a video on it recently just because I was curious. They have the very specific power creep of... They power creep and then they do a unit to target that exact... Sell a unit that targets that exact power creep. And then power creep that unit. Oh. We have every... Gonna have the... I think we're... Sure.
불꽃을 벼리겠소.
Ruka never got a 5 stars, so good riddance. I still like check the account. You can check the corner. I think we had... What's her... What's... I can't remember what the other one was for the moth. Fun times. You have both. The other's the flyer. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what the other one was. Everybody's in... Gonna need to ego here. Are you okay here? This one is a skill 3. Do that one. 7. You take that one. Oh, the fire alarm went off when you were fighting them off. Neutral. Okay. Hi, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome.
화격검.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
2 damage. Oh, no one is harmed or there's crumbs in the toaster causing smoke. Those toasters. 1 damage. I didn't move in time.
여행에는 목적이 있었지.
5 damage.
끝내. 정수아리.
At least we should. And some sinking.
그래도 언제나 추월할 수는 없으니까.
Licking. No worries about licking, Yukari. Hi. Please take any of these. Fun times. Yeah. Fire Emblem really burned me there. I think I used to have a video for like that summoning session, and I think somebody said this is the worst summoning I've ever seen. It's just the feeling of like I got her, but the feeling that she was useless everywhere. Hurt. Get away with you. Careful of our gloom. Because I view says it can do it. Dawn, what do you have for me? Okay. All of you do your best.
화격검.
I'm too lazy.
나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠. 나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠.
There goes your SP.
당신을 인도해주진 못해.
Yeah, she wasn't too great if I tried to make her. Me too, I had a lot of. I can't remember exactly how I did it, but I did have. Oh. Okay, that both rolled tails. I had a handful of, like, good skills, and I gave them to her, and then it just felt. What was the point of all that?
루신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
You so have to follow the meta in Fire Emblem Heroes. Oh yeah, and Fire Emblem Heroes being PvP stressed me out. It was not just the PvP, but you had like you could not make mistakes in Aether raids. It was also pretty tough. I mean, there's a few things. I mean, you could, but it was just. I mean, I did the thing where I learned how the AI worked. I figured it all out. Okay, what do we have here? Ancient effigy would be nice. We really want. Let's see. What we want is. We do want to fuse some things, but be careful. Thank you. That's cheaper. Oh yeah, I think the death knell for Fire Emblem Heroes for me is that the story wasn't good. Yeah, it's such a missed opportunity. I do like I kind of like how strange it is, like the strange worlds they come to, and some of the OCs are kind of fun, but it's not what I came to. I mean, this is a Fire Emblem game. Maybe the stories aren't always amazing. Oh, I'll get rid of you actually. Thank you. And now what would be nice is will help us clashing a bit. One, two. I mean, I don't really know what a good story would be, but you have like such a like I thought like maybe you could just choose like a handful of characters and focus on them for each story, because they still had the forging bond things, which actually did have some interesting writing, I thought, occasionally. I like seeing these characters interact. I don't remember who it was. I feel like there was one with like Dudu and Felix. Except the only Felix in the game at that point was his Christmas alt. So he was having this intense conversation in his Christmas outfit. Why do gachas have take so much time? I know. Oh, thank you. This should help a little bit. Let's just look around. I mean, see what else is in here. You want, oh, scalpel. I want that. Why not? Misery Hunt is also good. I mean, that could help at the beginning, but maybe like unless Clover's in here somehow. Yeah, I think we'll stay with that. Scalpel go. Do you want? Oh, potatoes! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am very curious. I keep seeing like art from Reverse 1999. I'm like, I really just want to try it at least. And the gameplay. The sort of card system is interesting to me. Well, I'd really like Season of the Flame. I want you to be on back. I think I wanted Piece of Relationship after this. I know there's people that play tons of gacha, and I can't. Even doing more than one Doing more than neutral. This will help. SP. I want to focus on people. Oh no! More than one like Koyo-verse, I have no idea. It plays all of them. You're me on a pose for everything. It's not great. Don't quite trust that. I mean, I don't necessarily like my responsibility to do my dailies on Limbus. At least you can skip them. And I generally, unless it's like an event, I generally only do like one Mirror Dungeon Hard a week. We'll have to do that. Hope this turns out okay.
완벽한 한 발을 위해
이래선 걱정만 끼치게 되는 꼴인데.
그래도 언제나 추워할 수는 없으니까.
I remember seeing someone on the Reddit recently, I mean the Limbus subreddit, who asked if there was like a gearing system, meaning like an artifact system like in the Hoyoverse games in Limbus, and everyone's like, thankfully no. And that person's like, I actually like that, so I don't think this game is for me.
싶은 것을 태울 뿐이요.
But to each their own. Oh, should be able to do one of these, yeah. I'd like to get some healing, but I don't think these are gonna go well. It's actually okay. That going to Magic Bolt Fire.
단번에 끝낸다.
Limbus will come in and I like to keep it that way. Me too. It's I know people complain about like lack of gameplay, but certainly more modes would be nice at some point, but I feel I like that it's not like a full-time job game. I feel like Gacha's fake granddaughter, but that's more me playing for almost 10 years and some of the story content. When I hear people talking about best story in Gacha, oh there's a theme. There's a chapter from Fate that always comes up. And I don't know if that's something you can just jump into, but I've always been curious.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
I'm sorry, King. I hope you have a lovely night. I think it's an interesting discussion topic. I feel like a lot of us sort of are in the same page where nobody's like in it and we all have caveats. It's Clash Power, but I want it. Defense level +2. That will help temporarily. We just want to get thank you special contract. There it is. The thing is, we want the gifts. I guess we can fuse as we go in there. We can see if it appears again, but... Depressing, you have no idea. No, I get it. I have quite strong feelings. Be okay to... Give me burn stuff. That's not the burn stuff.
여러분을 위한 일이었어요.
I mean, we have enough. I just wanted to see if I could fuse something.
벌써 화끈하네.
So yeah, what's Brian David Gilbert doing anyway?
이번에야말로 이
Can
싸움을
we-
끝내주겠어.
Hopeless. Everyone have fun. I liked it. I liked that he was in the Fiona and Cake series.
타올라라.
Oh yeah, and the trailer for the new Silent Hill game came out, Silent Hill F. And I'm it's the tremor noise plus the tremor noise plus the explosion. Hi Flora Elemental. So the trailer for Silent Hill F came out. Neutral, favored, who wants to do that actually? Is it true Ryo Kishi is writing that? No, that is true. That it was announced a while back. And also, two of the musicians from When They Cry are with him as well. Particularly Dai, who does all the really nice piano tracks. So I'm just having a drink. So it's hard because I'm like, oh, I want to know, but I don't think I could play it myself. My friend sent it to me because we're both like Ryokishi When They Cry fans. Like, I don't know, when there's like there's some really gruesome imagery. It's like, if I had to actually like play through that, I don't know if I could do it. Neutral. You resist blunt, so let's go for it. Oh yeah, Ticonia Part 2 when? Good point. That's the eternal question.
단번에 끝낸다.
끝내. 정수 휘두르지.
I actually watched some of like Super Eye Patch Wolf's videos. Thank you. On the what's that Silent Hill that was the interactive video one? Where they have the incredible cosmetic It's Trauma sticker. Ascension, thank you. If you've never witnessed any of that, I do have to say it's worth living vicariously through somebody and experiencing it. that with...
과격감.
So probably when it comes to Satin Hill, I'll probably have to...
흐드러지게.
They'll probably be watching somebody else, because... I need to be able to close my eyes at certain points.
나갈 수 없어.
It's one of those horror games where like, I'll do it for Ryokisi. I say playing famous series of these guys can be, with their coin power, can be a little scary. Sure. Famous series of horror games by Project Moon.
이번에야말로 이
How...
싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Oppose favored? Okay, neutral. Give the speed advantage. Hopeless. Oh, one sec. Excuse me, we're just gonna have to take that, I think. Flashing wouldn't be so difficult if we had the fusion, but we need more gifts to be able to safely do it. Anything about the new IDs? I don't really.
예술의 황홀경.
The one thing I wished about the trailers, they have a sort of filter over everything that makes the IDs really hard to see. We know that... Well, one, I love the little bunny tails. Here we go. Love the little bunny tails. Incredible design. Oh. Okay, thank you for rolling tails there. Apparently it's rupture, so they have like hit sparks on them. With, like green hit sparks that symbolize rupture. And then you can also hear Ryoshu doing what seems to be the tremor burst sound. Which is certainly a combination. Oh, you're panicked. That's what's happening.
순식간에 끝내죠.
And I was discussing earlier, I was just sort of thinking about the idea of what it meant, what it would mean to have like the more general IDs again. But we've been going so far into... hadn't heard about the tremor part. If you... I think it's Ryoshu's like enhanced skill 3. You can just about hear the sound effect. But like that's the only time, which does make it a bit... Doesn't make me think they'll be super tremor oriented, but we'll see tomorrow. I have Great Tremor with Rupture. I'm gonna try and fuse stuff.
벌써 화끈하네.
And these sort of like mixed ideas have been a mixed bag. The big one.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
It actually... I want to be careful with the gloom. We could really use like blue Zippo lighter or something. Really, Limbus love just giving units random rupture. Yeah, we have a bunch of it on like the charge units. Bliss. Oh, don't forget there's one back there. Neither of you on a speed advantage and your best, Rodeo.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
I don't know if there's some way to like make rupture work by mixing it with tremor.
인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게
Tremor
안아줄 수는
burst
없어.
for a bunch of count. And they both have clashable counters, which is always interesting to see because I just think that's what counters should have been in the beginning.
예술의 방울 경치.
Funny how some release IDs are pretty capable and others are still bad after uptype 4.
끝내.
I mean, it says a lot about, I think, like, how Limbus released. I was disappointed when there was, like, the December delay, but I don't think it would have been a bad thing to let Limbus have a few more months. Favored. Yeah, that will take you out anyway. Just throw these on everyone. Yeah, I used Dawn in like that was the Dawn I used for Canto 7.
화격검.
I still would love like proper unit buffs, not up ties, but just like reworks a little bit. He'll die, but as well. We'll win that clash.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
Or explode first.
이 격정 속에서 타올라라. 말하지 말고.
보냈고.
Giving up hope on old IDs being buffed. Combat QTE. Oh. I'm actually not a... No, I hope it's not like... Oh, nice. Super shop. I wanted that. Need the burn stuff here. Oh. There's two. There's the other one. Okay, so we should... have... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if we fuse the tier 4, which is... I know I calculated this before, but I keep worrying. You... Or actually... Zach. Also keeping an eye on some of these. What? Oh, we don't need to keep that. Where am I for slash? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that's 10. And more. Oh, and we want to upgrade that. And then we should be able to... 4-parters minus 3, yes. That's what I thought, but... like, I don't want to do all this work for nothing. Oh, bye, Helen. Have a lovely time at work. Okay. Make you... and then clashing won't be... quite so bad. We can try and go to floor 10. Yep, still 16. Okay, okay. Let's see. Taking a peek as well. And this will help. Okay, so let's keep going. Have a good stream. Thank you, Helen. I was worried that I'd like have to restart to get this, but I'm fine. 0 refresh. Bloomer's tattoo, embers. Okay. We got blue Zippo lighter, which is what I was definitely wanted. Hey, Hohenheim time. It helps a little bit.
벌써 화끈하네.
Well, some of us can clash. Can you read? No. Actually, that's fine. You'll just go into there.
단번에 끝낸다.
I'll get Dawn go.
마무리.
Explode. So some of the achievements actually don't have to finish the run or claim it to check. So we could check where things are at. Okay, base power +2, offense level, clash power. We're gonna have to take those. Or 9. We'll go for the last one. We could just refresh and see. Other gifts I could claim. Pitiful Envy. Wouldn't mind. You're a pain to clash with, but sure. I don't think the game has room for generalists anymore. Being able to roll 25+ is not that special anymore. Actually, that reminds me of... I was actually thinking about, like... What type has fallen behind instead of... It's like, wait, I think Charge could actually use some love, which very surprised me to think about. Can we clash?
이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
No. Can anyone else clash? You can. But yeah, so of course Rupture, like... Like, Charge... It's still fine. The team works. Struggling. Anyone... This rolls high. Just leave that alone.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Charge is interesting because it like still really works. It's a good team also for Infinity because it rolls so high. Just regular skills. But it struggles because it doesn't have like other ways to do damage besides its main skills. So if you run up to something who resists, particularly Envy or Gloom, it's gonna struggle now, and it's just, I think it's a less interesting one to play. Well, it's not gonna change very much unless they vary it a bit. That's... what a sound. Do that. But yeah. Oh, and yes, Rupture does need the most love. And I'm curious how they're gonna do it besides the 15-3.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플
How's Lily Dawn? I'm considering getting her. I haven't messed with her too much outside of here, Mirror Dungeon, where obviously she's great because when she's on burn. 5. But really solid, really solid. I can't compare her. Let's do these and she's coming out alongside the Greg who I don't have yet. It might be overshadowing her. But she dips into 2 really solid teams and and those teams also will help her. Charge has this sort of like, or I like charge potency and increasing focus on using it for long battles. Me too, I think that was a really good choice. Oh yeah, she's good to use. Oh yes, a very important point is that she brings Gluttony, which otherwise only Ryoshu had. And, or in the good old days where you'd use 7 Isan. Get H and Effigy for fusing. Gaining power on speed is actually really nice for first turns. I believe. No, we'll... Thank you.
실험 성공. 예상대로의 결과네요.
Go for slash.
불꽃을 벼리겠소. 당신의 판단을 따르게.
Yeah. Correction, Rodi and Merceau were fine. Other than that, the 15-3 is awful. It's still a strange decision, like Hongwu, how we have these other 15-3s and then they still decrease count.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
I mean, I've watched different videos with people
단번에 끝낸다.
proposing different ways to fix rupture. And I don't... Oh, it's so... I'm curious. I don't have anything to add on my own. I mean, they really figured something out with Tremor.
순식간에 끝내죠.
이
Oh, Talisman Sinclair.
타올라라.
Hope the new IDs aren't tied to 15-3.
나갈 수 없어.
I mean, after they made Bleed so strong, when people say, like, Rupture can't be strong because it's true damage, like, Bleed is also true damage. That's a little harder to calculate, because there's a bit more inconsistency with it being based on the coin rolls. But even in... Was it Railway 3? I can't remember which railway was Contempt Awe in. Like, I think one of the, like, low turn strategies was to use Sanguine Desire and, like, base Merceau and keep and use Bleed. Railway 3, yeah. And use Bleed to get through that.
제가 앞에 서죠.
And Clash!
순식간에 끝내죠.
I guess we could... Look at them go.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어. 화격검.
Oh, I forgot about Railway Bosses susceptible to that now get a passive that stops them from clashing consistently clash. I forgot about that, yeah. I mean, I was like, with Bleed, you have really good units. That can handle both single target and like these group fights. And it's definitely the meta for this railway.
순식간에 끝내죠.
And it's alright, I just...
이 경적 속에서
I don't have an answer, but I don't think it's true damage is necessarily the best like criticism for buffing it anymore. I just want, like, with a unit, if we're getting, like, if... Like that, number 3. I will take... do some of this as well. Nilarka. It's not bad. Lucky Clover wouldn't be bad. What do we have on us? Definitely afford to give some of these away. Endorphin. Probably fine for now. Oh, we wanted to. Let's enhance. You. You. We'll just see what we get. Tremor wise. I know people also like go into charge a bit here. It's fine. We'll just take another look at skill. Fine. But yeah, so I was thinking the other thing about, yeah, so Rupture doesn't work as well against groups, and I think that's not great either. So if like the next season we get a whole bunch of Rupture units, I just like them to be able to be used generally. Anybody clash here? Okay. You're gonna struggle. Okay, favored. Oh, these are hopeless. I wish I had your ego. You're doing better. Bloom now. Can you... no. Guess we'll just risk it. $37.
그래도 언제나 추월할 수는 없으니까.
Oh yeah, the Canto 4 machines, I forget about that until I see them again in the dungeon, that they have the bleed resistance, which
따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
I guess it makes sense from a flavor reason, but it does 2 damage. Who was like playing bleed?
지겹군. 이 몸이 직접 손봐야겠네.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Look at that offense level down. Still struggling. Neutral favored. Okay. Oh yeah, well, Kurokuma believers. I mean, there were...
단번에 끝낸다.
And I guess there was N-Corp as well. And as we know, Kurokuma Honglu was, as long as he wasn't in a bleed team, was amazing. Still, I mean, when he gets the conditional off, it works. I remember how much
목적이 있었지.
the Odyssey had a purpose was a meme. Might be able to rush that, but just in case. We can go.
단번에 끝낸다.
Hi Farinai, welcome. Well, Index is the generalist team. There was something on the Reddit put up like a little poll from Korean players, and it wasn't a huge survey. Like it was only like a couple thousand people. But it's still kind of interesting to see. Finished off with the bullet. Just one, just one. And I think what they voted for is like the ID's ego they wanted the most over the magical girls was the Index. Nothing's great here. Okay, what? Tyrannical Pride might be okay.
동구싱크 3과 돈키호테.
I mean, thinking of the fingers, unless the pinky really wow me, I would have to say the Index still get my vote for like coolest design. Here we go. Nobody's allowed to clash. Neutral. Looks like rolls well. Struggling. Might make it.
순식간에 끝내죠.
See if I regret this.
모든 걸
I don't know what would be like my most anticipated. Like, I'm pretty much happy with anything they they put out.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게
I
안아줄
mean,
수는 있어요.
I'd lean on magical girls who just like lobotomy ego. Oh yeah, she were 4th place, which is fun.
이것도 받아보시게나.
I guess now when I think about it, there's just certain characters from... Oh, hi doggo. I bet I know. Okay. I need to go give my Frey dog some food, so I'll be right back, okay? Ishmael's in charge. Sounds like Ishmael did a good job. To claim their bones healed my flesh. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm just sorry. I'm just looking at chat. I'm glad. Oh, I don't think I noticed Sinclair getting staggered. But it is how it is. At this point in the... On floor 10. I'm glad. I always wondered if... I always worry it might be like distracting when I have to run out. I don't want to eat this. To check on her and something. Oh.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Should have put... I probably should have put your Runigo on, but it's not very invested. The Ardor Blossom Star always wins.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
끝내 전수하리 타오르시게.
이 격정 속에서 타올라라.
당신을 인도해주지
How are people doing with their Mirror Dungeon achievements?
소각되었습니다.
Did you get the achievement of doing 10k damage with one skill? Technically, I want to say excuse me. I did Sinking Deluge. I did a giant Sinking Deluge and went to collect my rewards.
화격검. 타오르시게.
And I did some... it has not been fixed as far as I'm aware. I'm not going against you.
발목 잡지 않도록.
Yes, I'm waiting for it to be fixed. I thought maybe it'd be a sinking run today. But we didn't.
이번에야말로
This one always surprises me.
싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Shall we... I think we'll be okay with like the speed difference. Neutral favored. What are we doing against these guys? 1000 HP. Sorry, this is your job now, Ishmael. 35. Just roll with it.
단번에 끝낸다.
The job done. I thought I did a tremor run because I still had to do one of... I had to do something for tremor. Maybe it was like collect all the... Collect 15 gifts. And I did do some high damage with like... Faust. But that didn't seem to like over 3000, but that didn't seem to count either. I don't really know what's... I guess it was from like the sloth tremor burst, so that doesn't count, I guess? Which I guess makes sense, but... You do your jobs here.
대체 억압 진행하겠습니다.
끝내.
Oh yeah, I didn't do the time moratorium, but Special contract doesn't count even though it gets added to the number. I don't know if I had special contract at that point, but who knows? Who knows how this is all calculated? I do have to be careful of Faust burn. Oh, I've not. Yes, I've not done the one where the 11 stairs have to be dead. So, just checking. I think we're... I attempted 11, 10, eventually lose 12. I haven't even like thought about how I want to approach that. You have fun with that, Rhodia.
화격검.
I did not know that the run auto concedes if you lose your team. Oh no, yeah, that's not something I've ever really thought about.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
I'll show where I am. But some of these get claimed, even if you don't like claim the run. I was wondering if like, one sec. We are not going for the fish. We do have a nice bunch of question marks here, which will speed things up.
제가 앞에 서죠.
Just, I've done all the loadout ones. I've done most of the shop ones, except for like the refresh.
이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Fun. You're neutral even. Resist slash. Ignore you for a moment. I mean, we could just like take some of these. It's not a disaster. Let the burn spread a bit. Your passive up. Hoping for Sinclair here, thank you. The fresh one, like, it should not be... It shouldn't be a difficult one, but I'm surprised I didn't get it in my playthrough, trying to get, like, all these gifts. Good job, Dawn.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게 안아줄
And
수는
then, I don't know if I'll be hitting 50. Okay. "50 runs by the end."
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
Ooh. I did the entire shop category. That one, I do like the idea behind like particularly these collection ones. I feel like letting people borrow units from your dungeon would help a lot of things. It feels weird that this is the one mode. That it's not allowed, particularly because like one of the, I think, bottlenecks that newer players have trouble with seems to be Bamboo hatted Kim in the dungeon.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Just being able to help out with that.
망설이면 나아갈 수 없어.
본인의 승리일세.
Particularly as we get more of them later on. I wonder if we'll get a dungeon for Canto 8. Okay, staying away from there. Little wolfie.
무엇이든 맞출 수 있는
Cute.
탄원이니 말입니다.
One more blunt.
벌써 화끈하네.
The replace all skill ones with skill 3 was kind of fun. I did that with Dawn.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Everyone try. We'll get some resonance for Sinclair here.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
끝내. 전수하리.
But out of the way, achievements are super great to have.
따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
And I'm glad we got them. Even if I don't love how all of them are handled.
타올라라.
And it is a good motivation to do a little bit more. Oh! No! I'm sorry about your ears. I'm wearing headphones, it's not great either.
단번에 끝낸다.
끝내. 전수하리.
Roll tails.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
I forgot I really like this track as well.
나아갈
Yeah,
수
there'll be
없어.
more fun next Mirror Dungeon. That's exactly what I've been thinking. Also, because we don't know when the season will end. There's a pressure on it. What do we have? Might as well, while we're here. Yeah, I guess we can sell stuff and see if we want to make... Double check what we have. Would be nice to get... Lucky Clover, thank you. Yeah, well, Paragus is a weird one, because I would... Because we are sort of due for it, and I guess it depends on their workload. I remember them saying with, like, Canto 6, like having Canto 6 and they tried to like time Valpurgis for April, sort of like what's happening now. And I guess there's new mirror dungeon, and that was too much. Let me just double check everything. Yep. Oh yeah, there's also the 10 status effects. I didn't try for that one. I just ran into it doing the tremor run. See if there's anything interesting. I'm not gonna jump on like getting lunar memory here, I don't think. And like in some respects, like Walpurgis sooner is better because of like have shards before the next season, but I do just want to get the Kanto 8. Lunar memory technically matters for Wrath, indeed, but in practice, very true. We have other stuff. Like, we could do this. Move to... I think we're fine. Just checking again. I'll definitely take that. Oh, April Fool's Walpurgis. I'm curious who it is gonna be, because there are certainly... This is Kim, right? That's okay. I know not everything's perfect, but I think we're okay. I really wished I'd Otis's ego though. I didn't go all in last Valpurgis. Faster what we can. A few things. I remember there was a possibility like last year of Valpurgis falling on April 4th. Could you want to see? I feel like Merceau's the most due for an identity because he only has the ego from way back. But I feel like one of the things I'm most interested in is Little Red Riding Hood and Mercenary Ishmael ever since that got suggested. One of my favorite abnormalities, probably my favorite, is Night of Despair, so I would take like anyone for that. Everyone, try your best. Yeah, Magical Girl, we are like ready for the Tiferet announcer, but sort of we haven't had any ego from safety. Or I guess Floor of Art, I should say. Roll the correct way. Dawn knows how to do it. And there you have it. I'm still very interested, and I guess the timing wouldn't be bad for it. Aurion Faust, I think, is really interesting. Ryoshin and Isang were in safety, but we haven't had like a safety-related ego. Or like floor of art is what I was trying to say. We have a bunch from technology. Boom. Wish that counted. Letitia would be a good option. I love the gun.
확실한 승리였어요. 돌아가면
Let's see.
저번처럼 홈파티라도 할까요?
Ishmael still holding up. Better than Rodeo here. I'm gonna leave them for the moment. I'm not sure if I'll do another run this week. But let's take a peek at the achievements and then I'll finish up.
저희는
Actually, let's get this. I don't think I did experience today. This is a day I tend to skip for a thread. Thank you. Chivos. Yeah, I got a combat. Oh, yep. Okay, we did get the defeat an enemy with 3,000 max HP. Did get those. This expose enemies with a single attack skill. Alright, clear mirror dungeon. I got scared for a second. So these should be done. I keep forgetting about this one. I need to look at what... I definitely need to do like more of the killing time runs, because I'm still missing several of the fusions there. Not doing amazingly here. Done loadout. Someday. Oh, I will happily take that ticket. I wonder if anybody has this already. Let's see. Okay, so this is new Tremor, this is new Rupture stuff. I'll do Rupture when I get the new Merceau. New Poise. New Charge. See, these are... How have I never gotten you? Yeah, these are just some fusions. I've never... This one you need to fuse with Nebulizer, right? It's not as good as Nebulizer. Why would you take it? Okay, I do need that thingy. Need these watches. Support pack specific stuff. Yeah, these are like Refraction Railway. Surprised I don't have Manage Never, because I have done the Nuna Violet several times. See, I have the other stuff. This fusion. Okay, and then this is from I haven't done the Miracle in District 20 pack that much because it's the one where if I play it on mobile, if I'm playing it on my phone. My iPad is fine, but if I'm playing on phone, that's the one that it struggles with. Yeah, keywordless floor unique gifts. I wish I need to actually like write down what some of these are. I'm so glad that Lunar Memory is feasible, because if you have to like get it without that ability, but oh, these are quite, yeah, I can definitely do 15 just through like fusions and just actually going for these specific ones. That's the like Nagel and Hammer scriptures. These are glasses and something else. Lunar Memory. I've gotten it twice in the wild, like once in season 2 and once in this season, and now you can just fuse it specifically in super shops. You need the 3 like memories, and then three of the like these things. Any 3 of them, and you fuse them in a super shop, and you get lunar memory. I mean, just looking at these also, one of my big questions I've been musing about is what... Call them rocks. I was calling them the Infinity Stones. I realize not everyone might know what I mean by that. What the next battle pass is gonna be, because that's a big mystery to me, because things haven't super jumped out at me. People pointed out that like Wandering Mind is a good option. And I agree with that. But there's not like something that feels like a super obvious answer like Carmilla did, or 400 Roses did for Dawn, and Rose Hunter did for Dawn. And then Teddy Bear was kind of out of left field. But I just want coffee and cranes. I don't know if anyone really suits the coffee and cranes, but I just want it. Marriage Spider. Oh yeah, my bet remains on Spider Marriage. Yeah. I don't know if it's like capstone exactly, cause oh, Nagitona, thank you. I'm gonna finish up in a minute though too, but thank you for saying hi. Did my floor 10. You will. Ishmael could get coffee and cranes. I know that's part of the reason. It's gonna be so cute, and I wanna fight. Maybe I don't want to fight coffee and cranes, but like that's been a favorite since the beginning. Can there be a sad plushie? Ego. I guess that'd be like a Bode aberration. I'm still open to the idea of there just being an original one. Like Ishmael got a new abnormality. But then King of Binds was also like totally unexpected for me, so... Who knows? But like, cause it should be... Sinclair and Honglu should get the Vovs. I just don't see Spider Marriage really fitting Sinclair. I mean, you can always just force it. I'm okay to like... just doing things, but... I would give it to Heathcliff if there was somebody. I think he's due for Battle Pass. Actually, we'll have to look at who's behind on Ego, because I don't know on the top of my head by the end of the season, because that's pretty much the biggest indicator. Or they could just give Sinclair a Vov beforehand. I do like the idea of Ryoshu being the first Aleph on her battle pass. It just feels fitting for her. And the burn fusion was like ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I've seen people like draw her with this one as being related to her, and I just think that's cool. Okay. But yeah, so we'll be doing... I'll be doing... Obviously excited for unit reveals tomorrow. Or not reveals, but kit reveals tomorrow. That's always really exciting for me. I always love reading the discussions when I get up. I'll be doing the interval the way I normally do it, which is split in 2. A bit when it first comes out, and then a bit the next day. And super excited for that one. I hope everybody enjoys themselves until then, has a good either rest of your weekend or a good start of the week. Alright, so thank you so much for joining me and just chatting. We had a lot of good chats today. And I would like to try and fit another Yu-Gi-Oh! Next weekend if we can. But thank you everybody, hope you're doing well. Bye bye.